Why braid to fluorocarbon is the best finesse fishing line setup. So if you don't want to use it, you want to use something else, as long as you're catching fish and having fun, I can't even critique you. But from my experience, braid to fluorocarbon is just by far the best line setup when you're finesse fishing, and I use it 100% of the time on every finesse setup I have. And there's basically three reasons why. The first and most important is that braid is extremely lightweight. If you're using like a straight fluorocarbon, the line itself is very thick and very heavy. So when you have your rod tip up and you're trying to work your lightweight bait effectively, the fluorocarbon is actually pulling down. It's very heavy and you're not really connected to that lightweight bait very well. And it also tends to pull your baits forward a little bit too much because the weight of the line is pulling down. The bow in that line is very heavy. It ends up pulling your baits forward and you can't feel it as well. You can't work it as well. You can't detect bites as well. That heavy fluorocarbon just makes it a real pain to fish very lightweight lures. But the braided line is extremely lightweight and it also floats in the water. So from your rod tip down to the water surface, it's extremely light. And then from the surface down to your bait, there's no resistance really because it's floating. It's not pulling down on your bait at all. So you just have a direct connection to your lightweight baits and you can fish them way more effectively and detect bites way easier. The second reason is that braided line is much thinner, so you can cast it a lot farther. When you're trying to cast those really lightweight baits, the extra casting distance of the braided line is very useful, especially with like a little swim bait you're trying to cover a lot of water with. You can really bomb cast them even if you're using like an 1/8 ounce or less on braided line. And then the third reason is that whenever I'm using a fluorocarbon leader to my braid, I can use a really high vis, cool looking braid. And honestly, it might catch you a few more fish because you can see bites a little bit easier and see what your bait's doing a little bit better. But honestly, the main reason I use it is that it looks awesome, and at the end of the day, fishing is all about having fun, so why not use a high vis, cool looking braid if you can? Like they say, you look good, you play good, so whenever I'm using a braid to fluorocarbon, I always go with a high vis, cool looking braid. It just makes fishing a little bit more fun for me.